Well, welcome back. The 2001 Ford Focus CX-3 hatchback needs rear shocks. 274,000 miles. I don't think I have one side done already. I don't believe they've ever been done. I can't say for sure, but I believe these are factory and they're not real good. They're kind of dead. So a lot of problems. You can feel it going down the road, and these things are just shot. So we're going to replace them. I'll show you the tools you need to do this. Not much for this job. New pair of side cutters. 15-inch, 13-inch socket, ratchet, air tools if you have them. 19-inch to get the lug nuts off the wheel. That's pretty much it. Swivel. You know, swivel socket will help you in getting the top bolt off. Make it a lot easier. Or you can just use a wrench for most of this if you don't have a socket. You probably need a socket for the bottom, but it'd be easier. But if you don't, wrenches will be fine. That's about it. I need a lot of tools for this. Quick job. So we're just going to run you through doing this, and I don't know what else to say. That's it. Probably take 15-20 minutes aside if everything goes well. We're just going to start inside. I've got the wheel off. Pretty self-explanatory. You need to take this inside cover off. Push pin up here. There's two in the back here. There's one screw up here. I've already taken these two back ones out. They have a Phillips head on them, but they're not really Phillips head. I mean, they just push in there. You try to unscrew them, you'll be there all day. I just take a pick and kind of go in behind them, pop them a little bit, get them started. They'll come right out. We'll pop this front one out. Hopefully we don't have too much problem here. It shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. Probably should get my tool out to get that. It doesn't want to come out. There it goes. Just a push pin. Pull it out. This has a bottom piece. One piece. I've just lifted it out of there. I got the old fresh snap. Moist towelette. Always got to have that. Okay, so we're just going to peel this back enough to get to this top of this shock. I got one Phillips head screw up here. And I'm going to loosen that up just to make things easier. What I'm going to do is peel this out of here. Should be able to peel it back without damaging it. Just kind of weasel it out of the way like that. That's all I have to do. Nothing else that holds it in here. It's just, there's one push pin buried in here, and I'm not even going to undo it. I'm just going to push this down kind of out of the way without crushing it. Don't crush it, it's kind of molded. So here's what we got to get at. You see this, I don't think it's ever been off of here. 13 millimeter. A swivel will definitely help you on this. Because you're going to get, if you're just using a regular socket and ratchet, it's not a problem. Oh boy, if you're using a gun, you're going to need a little more room, so the swivel will help. Get my gun up here. Zip this off. You can get a hold of the top. It's got a flat on it. If you're doing this by hand and using a wrench, it has a tendency to want to spin on you. You have to hold the top and use a wrench to get it off of there. Usually with a gun, they'll zip right off. So we'll see if we can zip it off. I believe. I knocked my stuff all over the place. Let's try not to do that. Man, I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll today. But it did come off. No big deal. This top plate comes off. You won't be reusing this. At least not for these struts, these shocks. Now we'll go back. We're pretty much done getting that out of here. We're going to go underneath now and break it loose from the bottom. All right, I'm just going to come in behind and show you where this is. I got my light down here. But inside, on the inside, down here, there you can see the bottom of the shock. You should be able to see my finger right there. That's the bolt. That's the head of the bolt. It comes through. It's to a welded nut. So you're just going to break this loose with a wrench or a socket. I'm going to try to do it with a gun. If it starts hanging up on you, which it might have a tendency to do because the bolts stick out on the other end and they get corroded, work it back and forth. Break that corrosion up. Don't don't just keep cranking it out. If it gets real tight, you'll snap it off. So if it starts binding up on you, work it back and forth. I've sprayed the other end of this with some penetrate. It's been sitting there for, I don't know, half an hour, so I did the other side. So 15 millimeter. All right, I have my small gun, my nano. It's gonna come in here, half-inch nano. See if I can get to it with this. It's starting to bind on me. Come out pretty good though. Run it back in. Break that corrosion up, run it back out. That's it. Hung up on me there. Alright. Take it out. Okay, this was pretty good actually. The only part that was hanging it up was right here where it sticks out, gets screwed. I'll just wire wheel that. Bolt actually looks good. Get the new shock and put it in. Alright, so I have a new part number. This is Monroe Sensatrack. It's a mid-level shock. It's not the cheapest one. It's a little better. 5796 ST. Should be the same for both sides. A little bit of anti-seize on the bolt before you put it back in. Doesn't hurt. You don't have to, but it doesn't hurt. So what you want to do with these, this one's pretty tight because it's a good shock. Now, I'm going to clip that once I put it in there. Put your bushing. Actually, that would be real bad. Put your metal plate first, then your bushing. Set it down on there. We're gonna attach the bottom to this, and then we're gonna clip this with a pair of cutters and let it feed up into the hole for the trunk. I'm just gonna feed the shock back in here. My bolt, I'm gonna start that bolt. I know you can't see this, but just putting the bolt in, it's no big deal. Not really missing anything. Find the hole for it though. I've got this supported on this jack stand. If you need to get under the car, make sure you put a jack stand under it, not on the floor jack. Don't trust the floor jack. Get this started. Let's see if I got it lined up here, which I don't. So you can't see, I can't see either. Well, we're both in the same boat here. I don't know if I crawl underneath of it. Oh, we got it started. Now, I'm not going to tighten this up. I'm going to run it in, but I'm not going to snug it up yet. I'm just going to get it close. I'm going to cut this and line it up with the hole and let the shock expand. See if I can get this light where you can see it here. And a little bit of light. And let it expand up into that hole. Come on, shock. Come on. There it goes. Let it ride right up in there. Alright, gotta hold it. I gotta cut the bottom off of this now, the other end of it. Reach down there and cut it. There we go. Gotta fight me. There we go. Now we'll go back up in the trunk. Alright, so I got my top of my shock sticking up. I want to just center it in that hole. Make sure my bottom bushing has a little ridge like this. Oh, look at that. It'll fit down in there. Let me see which way I want this to go. Yeah, it'll fit right in there. Cover on it. Put the nut back on. I'm going to run it down with a gun, but usually I'll run these down till the rubber's about even with the outside of that metal lip. Let's see. It's because it's 14. about it. Just about out even with the edge of that metal plate. That's about how tight I want it. That's it. Just gonna fish this panel back up in there, feed it back underneath. You know, weasel it in there. Actually, I should put my cover back on. I don't want to forget that. Put my cover back on here. And we'll just weasel that back in place. Put our push pins back in. Back in there. You do need to fold these. Makes it a lot easier. You got to fold these seats down. Before we do this. Well, that's it. Real simple job. About 15-20 minutes aside. They're original shocks on this car, 274,000 miles. I think they were a little overdue to be done. Probably needs control arms. Probably meaning, yeah, it really needs control arms, but it's not going to happen right now. It definitely rides a whole lot better. The front struts we did a little bit ago in this car, I don't know, 6 months ago maybe, and you know, I told the owner at that time, you really need to do rear shocks in this. They're gone too, so it's riding much better than it was. If you need to do this job, I hope it helps you out. It's a real simple job. A couple basic tools. Make sure you go back. When I did the bottom bolt on those shocks, I went in and tightened the top up. Make sure you go back and tighten that bottom up. Don't forget. So I went back and tightened the bottom bolt up for that shock, and that's it. If you like the video, subscribe below. Thanks for watching.